What's good, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome back to SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, the road to WrestleMania. And it is Rey Mysterio and the Animal Batista at the Royal Rumble, and they are the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So the question is, who will they fight here at the Rumble? Will they be in the Rumble? What is the deal? Maria, what's the deal? Get that tumbler going.
Choose a ball to get your place in the Royal Rumble match.
Yeah, in the Rumble. Okay, sure. Fine. Works for me. What do we got?
27. Those are pretty good odds right there.
By the numbers.
29.
Oh.
Just remember, whatever happens in there, we're still a team. Got that?
No doubt. No doubt.
By the numbers, 27 has won as many times as number 30, as they tell us every freaking year in those video packages. Anyway, welcome to a fine Wednesday here on the show. There is what? There is, I'm not in yet. There is Jericho, MVP, Mr. Kennedy. And is that, JBL? Who is that? Oh, Murdoch. I'm like, I couldn't tell. I legitimately couldn't tell. But there goes MVP, so much for better than Utopia. And here comes the Animal Batista. So yes, it is a fine Wednesday. I've watched both Raw and SmackDown in their entireties now, and not too much else on Raw, really. I thought the whole thing where it was the Mickie James, Nia Jax thing with Alexa was unusual, because they tried to say, oh, they were going to have, really? They were going to have an interview, right? An interview. And when do they ever have an interview in that locker room? Ever. There's the Miz. Like, it's one thing that they were having their interview at their usual, like, interview spot, and it had not started yet, but having it where they had it made no sense to me. So, I don't know, that's just one of those little bit of, like, you're trying to break kayfabe, but you're trying to, I don't know, you're trying to bend the, I don't know, it's, Murdoch here is confused, or just does not want to get me out. Hey, Ray. Yep, we're going to help the Miz here. Do this thing to Murdoch and get him out. And then you guys... No! Mysterio, help! You're my tag... Yeah, there you go. You're my tag team partner. You got to help me. No! You got to help me! Well, there goes Batista. That's... There comes Triple H. That was, alright. Sure. That happened. Anyway, I guess Mysterio's gonna win here. Wow, this is, historic. What are you doing, Ray? Just get him out. Just get the game out. And win the Rumble. And then we get a cutscene. I wonder if they designed it with both cutscenes on whether or not both went... I don't know. Very curious here. But it looks like... Nope. Alright, well, that should lead to a Mysterio victory. And then Batista being jealous that Mysterio won the... What are you doing? Won the Rumble. Maybe? No, just... Okay. This is all going really weird. Anyway, back to the news. Or I guess back to SmackDown for that matter. Actually, no. Let's hit the news first. And there it is. Rey Mysterio wins the Rumble. Good for him.
Has a bigger heart than Rey Mysterio, and he proved it here tonight.
Besting 29 other WWE superstars is no small feat, Michael Cole, and Ray will reap the rewards at WrestleMania.
Of course, he's still got his WWE Tag Team Championship with Batista to keep him busy until then.
Yeah, if they can remain cohesive as Ray seeks singles glory, that is.
I foresee a turn here, somewhere, quite possibly.
Welcome to Friday Night SmackDown. I'm Michael Cole, joined by Jonathan Coachman. The dust from the Royal Rumble is finally settling, and its effects on SmackDown are huge.
That looks like the graphics that looks weird. Like, what are they doing with the faces look?
But can they put individual aspirations aside and work as a team?
Well, they're back to watching each other's back tonight in a rematch against John Morrison and The Miz for the WWE Tag Team title.
Got that rematch clause. It's gonna happen. Anyway, the only real news bit here that I have is that we have an official day for that stupid Roman Reigns, supposedly Roman Reigns, but not maybe actually just Luther Reigns, steroid video from that guy who ran the steroid thing, and that's going to be Friday. So he said Friday, 25-minute video on YouTube. Now, whether or not he actually puts it out on Friday, or if something happens before then, it's been delayed and whatever else so many times that I'm just tired of talking about it. So if it's not out Friday, I'm not going to ever mention it again until it actually comes out, if ever. Because I'm honestly just tired of discussing this whole thing outside of the hilarity of, you know, Luther Reigns. Anyway, on to SmackDown. Oh, no, actually, no, before that, Ronda Rousey at this point is only booked for the go-home show for WrestleMania. So only on that Raw before WrestleMania, which is the opposite of what they had said originally, which was going to be every single Raw between Chamber and Mania. So not only was she pulled from this week, but every week until that last show, the go-home show. So clearly, they have no idea how to book her, or how to book a 6-week thing without having wrestling, or pointless filler matches every single week. So that's annoying. That's annoying. So basically, look forward to seeing that same video package every week on like both Raw and SmackDown. Stupid. Anyway, speaking of SmackDown, the kind of big thing on SmackDown was Shane McMahon stepping down from being the commissioner of SmackDown and then getting beaten the hell up by Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens also booking Sami and Kevin for a singles match in WrestleMania. I don't think that will stick. I think it'll be very curious to see what Daniel Bryan does on his return to SmackDown next week. And that whole thing is going to get booked into some further just gigantic whatever. And it'll be very curious to see how that thing plays out from there. Now, one thing to note here for that. It was funny when Shane said, oh yeah, Daniel Bryan's going to be here next week. And the crowd booed. He's like, what, you're not going to do that yes thing? And I'm like, look, whenever you announce to a crowd, to a live crowd, that someone or something is going to happen next week, they're probably going to boo. Because it's not this week. Because they're the crowd, they're live, and they don't get to see it. That's Wrestling 101. Like, don't... Like, I get why you do it, you know, as the commentary team does it, you know, and, or, you know, the video package team does it. But announcing it in the ring for a crowd who is there to see things tonight and not next week on TV, they're going to boo that because they don't get to see it live. Like, come on. That's simple. It's real simple. But they... And then they wonder, well, why did they boo? And I'm like, because they don't get to see it. Duh, as James Ellsworth would say. Duh. Batista bomb to Morrison.
My God! I think he might have knocked his opponent out. The referee's hand was coming down for a 3 count.
Nope, didn't get that 3 count on that first Batista bomb. Anyway, so yeah, that was kind of SmackDown. I'm glad that they are somewhat protecting Rusev here, as it took 2 Kinshasas to beat him at Fastlane. And then he didn't lose to AJ. There was a DQ because of Aiden English. So he's getting a little bit of that protection. And hopefully he'll do something at Mania besides the Battle Royal. If not win that Battle Royal, which would be fine. I'd be okay with that. And we've retained our tag team titles.
Any doubt about these two being able to work together should be long gone after that display. Don't you think, Coach?
You don't know what you're talking about, Cole. With every victory, these two may be more destined for a collision course with one another.
What? I mean, if you say so. Coach on Raw, man, he is just terrible. Bring back Booker T. His own brand.
I'll tell you what, Cole. I can feel the temperature rising already, and this show's just getting started.
We've got the best of Raw taking on
What?
the best of SmackDown in a 6-man
But why?
tag team match. We'll find out soon enough who's
This is
ready
not
for SmackDown.
Survivor Series. Like, why? I thought that was the only time of year they go head-to-head is Survivor Series. Oh, hey. On this day, he sees clearly. Edge is here.
As World Heavyweight Champion, I have nothing to prove to any of you. I am the pinnacle of WWE, and everyone knows it. Sitting atop the mountain, I've seen two other superstars doing pretty well for themselves. Batista and Rey Mysterio. You've captured tag team gold. Then there was the Royal Rumble match victory. To you both, I say, nice going. I know I'm taking one of you out at WrestleMania, but I think the other deserves a shot, too, at No Way Out. All I ask is for a little consideration from the two of you.
What do you mean by consideration?
Forgive me for being a little hesitant there, Edge. But you haven't exactly earned our trust. What is it you want?
Not much. We'll start with you both joining me in tonight's SmackDown vs. Raw 6-man tag match. After that, let's just say you owe me.
For what? I don't really... What? So Team Raw, is it going to be Triple H, John Cena, and somebody else?
Analogy won't fly here. Besides, this is for SmackDown's honor.
Yes, our honor. Phone call.
I want you to know this is a big interpromotional match. Raw wants revenge after a SmackDown superstar won the Royal Rumble. I expect a great contest.
So Triple H, John Cena, Randy Orton for Raw is my guess. John Cena, Shawn Michaels, Triple H. That's, yeah, I was close. I was close. And it's DX. And it's DX. Plus John Cena. So it shall be curious to have Daniel Bryan back on SmackDown next week with no overhead, no back and forth with Shane McMahon controlling his booking decisions and second-guessing him on what he does in that respect. And how that affects the potential match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania is going to be curious. Now, in an ideal world, somehow, some way, you would get Daniel Bryan back in the ring for that in some kind of a tag team match or something. But as we all know, I don't think they're going to clear Daniel Bryan for WrestleMania, so that's kind of unfortunate turn of events in how that's going to play out. But that kind of is what it is, what it is, what it is. Also on SmackDown, we had Carmella calling herself the modern-day Moolah, and it's like, no, what is you doing? Don't, like, I know it's the mandate from, you know, up high, but no, Carmella, you really don't want to be the modern-day Moolah. You really, really don't, unless you're interested in human trafficking, and then, okay, sure, but no, that's not a thing you want to aspire to be. I'm just putting that out there. So yeah, there's been certainly a number of backlash against that whole announcement from Raw. And it's been interesting to see how that plays out. And really, knowing WWE, knowing how they operate, they only ever bow to pressure when the pressure gets to their advertisers, when the mainstream press starts kind of rolling and the public opinion gets out there. But as long as kind of nobody in a larger context cares about that whole bit of what she did in the 60s and 70s and 80s, like, as long as nobody there cares, then they're not going to change it, right? But if there is a larger just outcry to advertisers and to, you know, if the mainstream press starts asking questions, then, and only then, will they actually take any action on that thing and perhaps change the name of that whole Battle Royal. Or just cancel it. Either way. But it is a company with a long history of getting away with what they can get away with. And we'll see whether or not they get away with doing this one more time. Anyway, tag me in. Tag me in. Batista, John Cena, once again. A match for the ages. A heel turn for the ages. With heel Batista. It was so good. It was so good. So, anyway. That's kind of it for, I guess, SmackDown and for Yonder News thing. I'm still pretty hyped for tomorrow, because tomorrow we'll have that next VR thing for Fastlane. And I'm very curious to see what that's going to be. Just highlights of matches, or if it's going to be like just full matchups, or I don't think it'll be the whole show, but you never know. You never know. It's their first shot at doing this VR thing, so I'll be very curious to see what that ends up being, because that setup was there all night. So what they actually have for that is going to be Interesting. Now, it'd be more interesting if these shows had pyro, and you had the pyro stuff in VR for guys, but that's kind of is what it is. What it is, what it is. So, I don't know. Everybody here can get Batista bombed. All these men have history with the animal, Batista. They all have history. So, you guys don't want to... Really? See, that's where it gets annoying, because it's like, alright, they couldn't quite get to where they needed to get to, which was attacking these guys outside of the ring in this 6-man matchup. Now, this also, is this a must-win situation here for this team? Does it really matter? Because I don't think it actually matters. Like, there isn't anything on the line here for these men. So, who cares? Who cares? Yeah, clap him up, hit him out, and then get that pinfall. Pinfall. Referee, get in. Referee. Alright, sure. That is the nature of a 6-man tag-up match. Like, I get it, but it's still, in the video game form, is annoying to the maximum. So we're gonna do it again. Hit that Batista bomb. They get in. They hit him. Don't hit the ref. Count, ref, count. Count, ref, count. Turn around. Yes! 1, 2, a 3, a done. Like it or not, there's the match right there, says Cole. Yep. Shake them ropes. Won that.
Rey Mysterio, the animal in Edge, got things done tonight. Edge definitely isn't letting anyone forget how important he was in this contest.
Who got the pinfall? Who? Me. Not the computer. Me. Oh no! Spear! 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 Where's Rey Mysterio? Oh, there he is. You need to see it. The ultimate opportunist.
You don't know why he did that. Maybe Batista disrespected him.
Once a rat, always a rat. Edge really put one over on the WWE Tag Team Champions.
So Batista beats Edge at No Way Out, takes that title, and then goes on to fight Mysterio at WrestleMania.
Welcome to SmackDown, folks. Last week we saw the best SmackDown has to offer. Turn back the challenge of Raw's biggest guns.
But it looked to me like there may have been one too many cooks in the kitchen, Cole, because the WWE Tag Champ and Edge, they didn't exactly mix too well.
Well, duh.
That's why both sides requested this match tonight.
What? What match? Oh, I have a note. Edge dished out a spear last week. Well, maybe he's heard of an eye for an eye. He deserves a spear of his own tonight. In fact, make that 2. And that, my friends, will be tomorrow. I am your host, Attack Slug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day. I'll see you next time, right here on this channel. And I'm out.